217 Recovery is back and live with, well, actually at the UFAM rally in Lansing, Michigan. Going to be here till 4 o'clock. I'm here now with Joseph Sowmick.
Correct.
Did I say that correctly?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. And we're also trying to get to connect on Facebook Live, but we'll see what happens there. You actually did something earlier to kind of get things going, and we paused for a minute and let it play, I guess you could say. But you want to explain what you did and what you do and who you are?
Sure, Corey. At first, I'd like to say the work that you do with 217 and keeping recovery alive out there in cyberspace, it's helped out a lot of people. And, through this pandemic, we missed the connection. My part in the rally today was just to do an opening prayer, give thanks to the Creator for not only the good things the Creator has given, but the challenges too, because we can grow in the challenges. And I introduced our drum group, our Onion Creek Singers, and had a chance to share my own experience, strength, and hope with the folks.
Yeah, it was good. What, when you were asked to come out here, were you here in 2019? Let me ask you that first.
Yes, I was, and I was able to see the Rise Warriors. And, when I see a bunch of people enjoying their recovery, I mean, you don't have to be sober and miserable. Come on, guys. I mean, let's not be that kind of person, but, let's go ahead and look at the blessings that we get from one day of recovery. And, I've been trying to walk this thing for quite a while, and, it's one of those things where when people get invited to be a part of the circle, I think they feel that connection. And that's what I found back in 2019 when I was watching those Rise dancers on stage. They were just kicking it, and they were enjoying their recovery. And, and I said, man, if I ever get a chance to be a part of that thing, I'm going to go ahead and do it. But they canceled it over these last years. You would have probably been here, Corey.
Yeah. Yeah, we were here in 2019, and we were very small at the time, but it felt good to be a part of something and to be included. We had just started the podcast like a month before that, and we didn't really know what we were doing, and they were just, come on out, and be a part of it, and we did, and, we did what we could with what we had at the time, but, yeah, man, to see people out here having fun, like, that was part of our mission when we started, was having fun in recovery, because too many people I've seen just walk around with a sour look on their face, and it's just like, why? You don't have to be like that anymore. And I think a lot of people, for instance, we went to an AA meeting yesterday, and I'm all about all different pathways. I mean, if AA helps you, cool.
Me too.
Whatever does it for you. And we were there, and this couple came in, and it was this guy's first meeting, and they both had this look of like, I'm supposed to feel like I'm a piece of crap, like I just kicked somebody's dog or something. They just had this look of like, I have to be sad because I'm in the AA. It was the look of shame, and I told them, I was like, you don't have to do that. Again, they probably weren't in a state of mind to where they were feeling the best about themselves, which I get that. But to just let them know, hey, look, we're all about having fun in recovery. There's nothing I can do about yesterday. Nothing I can do about that, I can be a better person today to set myself up for tomorrow, and, moving forward with my life was something for me that was real big. And, yeah, just having fun,
Well, I have a sponsor that kind of reminds me that, just because I have a big book doesn't mean I have to go ahead and hit people over the head with it. It's one of those deals where, why don't you try to meet people where they're at in their recovery, or maybe even where they're not in that recovery, and keep an open mind. And that was the message today that I wanted to go ahead and share with the rally, that sometimes we got to look at humility, and the first step, humility. There's a lot of recognition to that, because we got to remember who we are and what we are and where we came from, and walk in daily recovery. Even after you've been sober for a while, it's not the easiest thing to do. We got to remember that.
Here I was,
yeah,
every emotion all at once.
Because there are those days that it rains. I'm not just saying.
And you thought it was going to rain today.
No, I didn't. But I'm just saying, like, there's those days that just aren't as good, and whether it be just you're in a funk or who knows, maybe it's work or the kids or your cat. I'm having problems with my cat right now, so it's kind of an issue. But it could be anything. But, yeah, so just go with the flow, do what you can, and control what you can control. And there's Joyce Fetro. Are you friends with Joyce, Joe?
No. How you doing, Joyce? Good to see you at the rally.
She big-timed you. Did you see that? And we're live on Facebook, and Joyce just big-timed you, Joe.
Oh.
Man. No, I don't think she heard you. I mean, we'll give her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe she just thought we were so busy.
Well, one of the things that I wanted to mention, Corey, is I've seen a lot of the work that people have been doing on podcasting, and a lot of times, people give social media and podcasts a bad rap, but you're the guys that kept recovery alive for a lot of people through this pandemic when we couldn't get to meetings, and you need a big shout out for that, brother.
Oh, well, thanks, man. I appreciate that. And we're just doing what we do to keep ourselves sober. When I started the podcast, was in radio forever, and that was the one thing that I put above drinking was being on the radio. When I was early in my career, I thought drinking on the air loosened me up, and it made me funny until I heard a commercial I had done, and it was so bad. I was so embarrassed that I had told myself I will never drink on the air again. That was the only thing I put above drinking. So for me, it was natural, like, hey, I'd left radio, so I was like, I need to get the podcast going. People told me, hey, you should do a podcast. And I didn't know, what am I going to talk about? Well, that woman that just walked by, Joyce, she was like, talk about your recovery. And I thought, well, when I get out of treatment, I only have 3 months clean. Like, nobody's going to want to hear from me. And she's like, but you're talking about your recovery. You're not telling people what to do. You're not doing this or that. You're talking about your recovery. Talk about your day. Talk about how it went. And, yeah, I'm going to do that, And that's kind of what I started off as. And then people told me, they started listening, and they're like, wow, you really helped me. And then I didn't even realize it at the time, but families, moms, dads of people would listen. And I was told that they wanted to understand what their son or daughter was going through. And by listening to the podcast, they kind of gained some insight of, what they might be thinking or, how they're feeling. And I thought that was the craziest. Like, it never even occurred to me. It's a selfish program. I was doing it for me, podcast is for me. And people listen. I don't know. It was really crazy to find that people were listening for that, and that was kind of cool. And if somebody listened during the pandemic, and I know they did, but if they were able to get something from it, from us, then that's cool. But when those meetings shut down, I thank God that I was in recovery, because when COVID came, if I wasn't in recovery, I definitely would be dead. I mean, and we lost a lot of people, and I think a lot of that should be counted. There's COVID deaths. They want to say, oh, COVID took this many. I think you should add some people to that, because being told to go home and isolate and don't be around anybody, that's horrible. Like, that's just, but it had to be done, and gosh.
And that's why it was so special to see the Onion Creek Singers right on the steps of the Capitol doing an honor song for those people that walked on. And, I had one of our old-timers at a 12-step recovery group, and he was reminding me that everybody has a message, but there's going to be a mess before you have a message, and a lot of times there's going to be a test before you have a testimony, but think of the message in the empty chair. And when you look around those meetings and you see those empty chairs, you start thinking about there's people that were occupying those chairs, but they're not with us anymore for whatever reason. So we better listen to every single person. I don't care how long they've been sober or how long they haven't been sober. We need to go ahead and to hear that message. We never know what message we're going to hear.
Yeah, there was one guy, I was working at a treatment center at the time, and he came in, and he was an older gentleman, and he said he had 20 years clean, and he went to one meeting a week. Just one meeting a week, which a lot of people were like, oh, he probably should go to more than that. Nope, that's all he went. For 20 years, he went to one meeting a week, and then they shut that down, and he drank. Because, but that's all it takes, sometimes is you throw that off and take away that one meeting. Well, that one meeting was very, very important to him, obviously, and, it just really made me realize, too, that in 20 years, I'm still going to have to go just as hard as I am today, because it'll creep back in and think, oh, I can just drink this weekend, or I can do it one more time.
Yeah, and that's why when I hear a chilling message from an old timer that goes back out, it's kind of like, hey, I had a lot of years, but I didn't have enough days. And that right there is one of those things that just crawls up your arm and going like, man, was it that quick? You get that taste back in your mouth that lights up your receptors, and the craving starts again. And maybe we are addicted to more. Maybe it wasn't about one drink. Maybe it wasn't about one pill. Maybe it wasn't about one line.
I tell a lot of people that, well, there's probably things in your life that you don't do, right? Mm-hmm. I tell a lot of people that I added drugs and drinking, all that. I added that to that category. I don't eat fish. Mm-hmm. I don't eat fish. I don't jump out of airplanes. I don't skydive. I don't swim in the ocean. I'm not dying by a shark bite. Those are things that I don't do. So I put drugs and alcohol. I do same category. I don't do that. And mentally, that really kind of helps me, because I wouldn't, hey, let's go skydiving today. That's a great idea. No, I'm not going to do that.
Well, being in Lansing, Corey, just because, you got the Potter Park Zoo and we can go ahead and pay admission to get into Potter Park, that doesn't mean we can throw rocks at the animals. I mean, there's some ground rules that we got to follow. And, so if we don't follow them, society will go ahead and say, hey, buddy, you can't go ahead and do these things. And, and that was a story of my life, and then when I stopped doing those things, I found out my life started getting better. Go figure.
You're throwing rocks at the animals. You weren't really, were you?
No. But, it's a metaphor.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes down to it, we got to go ahead and we got to find ourselves in these messages of recovery. And there's a lot of people that may not have had our experiences, but if we listen with that grandfather humility and keep an open mind, we find out we're not too different. And some of the work that you're doing with this podcast stuff, I bet you Bill Wilson and Dr. Bob Smith would be saying, look at those guys keeping AA alive on Zoom. Look at those guys keeping AA alive on podcasts and whatever. There's a lot of 12-step recovery there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they would probably go, wow. Who are these people? I don't know. That's inappropriate. No, that's the cool thing about recovery, too, is there's so many different people in so many walks of life, ages, races, ethnicities, you name it, and it's different, but yet we're the same. Like, there's this connection, there's this bond, like, we're all like a part of a group of really cool people, and I always refer to them as our people, like, it's just something I really love, and to be a part of something so big, and that's what I think a lot of people in early recovery might be missing if they're still trying to hide and, I can't let anybody know, Hey, it's not about letting anybody know. It's about you living life in recovery and being a part of something. And this is great. I'm glad it was back this year. I was excited when they were talking about it, and I was like, yeah. So I'm glad that Scott sent you over to be on the podcast with me today. I really appreciate it.
The last thing I wanted to share with you, Corey, is this idea of a tribal teaching. We've talked about the importance of a sacred fire, and a fire is a warming thing. It can go ahead and can help you out in times of need. Everybody needs to get warm by the fire, but can you imagine telling someone that, like, okay, you're cold, you want to get warm by the fire, but we don't want you here, and that's just not right, so what we talk about in our culture, we want to bring people to the sacred fire. We want to make sure that the warmth is there for everybody, and sometimes we need that humility to go ahead and let people know, hey, it's okay to stand near the fire. And a lot of people that stand near fires, they know that, like, hey, they're connected, they're in a circle, they're where the light is, they're where the message is, and that's what I see here at the rally today.
Yeah. Come stand by the fire, man. It's not just bad people by the fire, it's cool people by the fire.
No, it's Corey by the fire, and I appreciate the work you do, brother. Hey,
cool.
Keep it up, man.
I appreciate you, man, and take care, and I'll see you around for sure.
Oh, Jim McGuetch.
All right. And we're also going to hit up and find Tyrone, because Tyrone needs to go with the wireless. So we might keep it going on Facebook because we're live on Facebook. So let's see. I believe we switched over the mics correctly so it can be heard a little bit better now on Facebook. But yeah, if you're listening to the podcast on Spreaker, appreciate it. You can go to 217recovery.com, or actually I believe just the app. If you go to our app, right there you'll see Live from Recovery Rally, and you can click that, and that'll obviously bring you to what you're listening to now. We are live streaming on Facebook, so feel free to drop us a message. There's like a couple people listening or watching on that. Tyrone is coming over here. So Tyrone, we're going to have you go out. Well, you can grab them headphones. Nope. Yep. Tyrone, welcome. And we're on Facebook, too, so you can wave at this camera here. It's got you. There you go. The microphone, the purple. There you go. All right, how's it going? Well, hold on here, man. Let's see what... Okay, there you go.
Good day today, Mr. Winfield.
It is. And when you talk to the mic, just make sure you get it up there close.
Okay.
Because otherwise we can't hear you.
Oh, we don't want that.
No.
Can you hear me now?
A little bit better. Can you hear yourself?
Yeah. Yep, I hear myself.
All right, good. So how you doing today, man?
All right, Mr. Winfield. It's always a good guy to hang out with. 217 Winfield.
Yeah, and I came and I pretty much just picked you up at your house and said you're coming with us to this rally. And you said, "Well, hold on, I forgot my money." You tried to take you back home.
Yeah.
You tried to make the story about, I forgot my money inside. I gotta do it. And I said, "Get in the car, Tyrone."
Yeah. No.
I said, "Get in the van. There's free candy in there."
But yeah, but. It's a good one, though, Winfield. I left my 217 badge.
Man, am I the only one? See, if you're watching on Facebook, these right here, badges, they will get you in anything you need to get into. Like, I got a badge. I'm official. I'm telling you. I got Marnie, do you have your badge? Okay, Marnie has her badge, too. So Marnie has her badge. The Winfields have their badges.
Yeah.
Tyrone does not have his badge. What, Laura?
The Winfreys?
Is that what my name was? I can't remember.
Yeah, he called you Corey Winfrey, so now we want you to legally change your name because a celebrity said your name to be Winfrey now. So we're putting in the petition work to have Corey Winfrey in 217 in recovery.
Okay, well, I have a question, Laura. Did you know... Oh, actually, here. Did you know... Here, there's that. Let me turn that back. Okay. Did you know what his name was?
I have no clue, but he had a speaker, so I thought he was important. Don't all people that hold microphones, aren't they the important ones?
Yeah, but see, here's what I think he did.
What did he do?
His name is Scott, right?
Yes.
What's his name?
Scott Macy.
See, I've been calling him Massey for about 40 years now.
Karma's a bitch, isn't it?
Yeah, so I think Scott got up there and thought, you know what, Mr. Winfield, since my name's Scott Massey, which is not, it's Macy.
Yeah.
That he was just going to drop a Corey Winfrey.
Right on. So
217 and Corey
cool.
Winfrey.
We still are going to change it to Corey Winfrey because it has a better ring to it.
When he's up on
like
stage.
Winfrey, like Winfield. Like, I don't want to go in your field, dude. That's weird.
Yeah, what are you winning over there? You know,
Yeah.
win a free shirt. Oh.
Winfrey 217 recovery merch. After you donate $7 million.
Or you can just do one.
Yeah.
I'll do 1 million.
Yeah. I'm going to make that shirt for you, and we'll see.
Well, the first person to donate $1 million gets an autographed picture of my cat.
And some sports player, right?
Yeah, we'll throw that in.
And we'll make the shirt, too.
Yeah.
Free shit with Winfrey. Corey Winfrey 217 recovery.
Yeah, and you can say hi to all of our Facebook Live people.
Oh, hi, Facebook Live people. This kind of looks weird.
Yeah,
I'm just squatting down here.
Yeah, the bathrooms, you got to go inside, and it's just...
Yeah, it's actually...
Well, hold on.
Thank you. I feel so much better. I didn't have to go inside for the bathroom.
You want
I was
headphones?
just
Do
in
you want to make
position.
it look even weirder? We'll make you just hover down there with headphones on?
Yeah. Can I come back to this? Because
Yeah.
I really do have to use the restroom facilities.
Probably squatting like that's not helping anything.
No, it's not.
So,
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I'll
thanks
come
for
back.
going live with the wireless.
Yeah, for sure.
It was fun. I mean, we didn't really go anywhere, but
It was.
I just wanted you to kind of explain the Scott Massey.
Yes.
Massey.
Massai.
Winfrey. Did you hear him mess up my name?
Yeah.
What's
We
up
all
with that?
did.
Talking
And then we
in the
all said,
microphone.
Winfrey.
Yeah. I saw everybody going crazy
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, I say Winfrey.
Yeah.
Winfield.
Well, I'm going to go use the restroom for real, and I'll come back and talk to you. And Corey Winfield, thank you so much, brother, for all you do for our recovery community.
And that's Laura from Catholic Human Services.
And other places.
In other places.
Recovery advocate.
Yes.
Peace.
All right. Thanks, Laura. Thanks for not dropping the microphone. Sometimes people drop the microphone, and do like old school.
Yeah. I see a lot of people do that on TV. They get the mic and they drop it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was cool.
Well, it is until it's your microphone. Then it's not cool because you can do some damage to the microphone. A lot of little sensitive parts in there, Yeah, if it's not your microphone, it's cool as hell. You're just like, I don't care. Peace out. But yeah, when you start paying for things and it's your microphone, then you're just like, don't you're dropping that microphone.
Yeah, but it's a nice day though. I hear no.
Hey, yeah, but see, some of the guys though, like Casey standing around. It needs to be Casey. Name badge. People walk. See, this is why I wasn't sure I could do the podcast. Come on, Casey. There's people over there that don't have them, and nobody knows their name. See, Marty. I think Marty's getting mad at me because I noticed that Casey was just staring. Just you're welcome. He was just staring. See, it was like a lot of people, they just see people and they just stare at them. They're like, wow, that person's attractive. I'm just going to stare at them. And we have a perfect opportunity here. We have name badges. It says, hello, my name is. See, like you got yours on, Tyrone. People can see it on Facebook. And why not walk up to somebody and say, hey, what's your name is? Write it down here.
Right.
And put it on you. And they're just, instead of doing that, they're just walking people. Now we got this lady walking up asking for stuff. What is she doing? Passing out bread, sandwiches?
Oh.
I don't eat food that people just bring to me, Tyrone.
Yeah.
That's the last sandwich that Ricky's going to ever eat. Honey, Marnie just took one. I wonder if she's just going to stay in here and watch her eat it. Honey, don't you do it. See? That is going to be a 217 game. I mean, that was very nice of her. It's cool and all. Sandwiches and stuff. But
Oh, shoot. Miracle Whip.
is that Miracle Whip or is it something else? Did she wash her hands? I mean, there's just a lot of things that I just don't do that kind of stuff. Like, I'll go to restaurants and stuff,
Marty's
sure.
laughing.
I'm serious. You know, I'm being for real here. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that go wrong with eating these sandwiches.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody just walking around passing out sandwiches. Like, I get it, like that you want to help people. But Tyrone, we got food tickets.
That's right.
I don't know why she took them. I would have just saved them for other people. But I think that's what Marnie does. She'll do that to be nice to people. She'll just take food or take whatever. Like, oh, I don't want to hurt their feelings. Robbie, like, I'm not eating your sandwich. It's true. I'd say that. Deb Garrett's here. Deb! She's wearing her Cher shirt.
Uh-oh.
Changing lives. She's going to what? Or you be back? Hey, you want some sandwiches that some random lady was passing out? Okay, I don't think she does. No, she doesn't want sandwiches. Deb knows better. You can see Deb. There's Deb giving Marnie a hug right there. Deb's awesome. Big fan. I met Deb. She was teaching a recovery ambassador training.
Oh, okay.
So I became a recovery ambassador, and that's where I met Laura.
Oh,
too.
okay.
And we went to that because I was into taking whatever. I was taking suicide prevention training. I was taking recovery coach academy class, recovery coach. If there was a class for something, I wanted to take it. So I wanted to be a part of it.
Right.
And recovery ambassador training, why not?
And now look at you, Winfield.
Mm-hmm. I'm a recovery ambassador.
God damn.
Look at me. I got I should put that on here. My badge. Recovery ambassador. But no, Deb was really cool. She was from Detroit, and it was really funny when she came there because at that time we were told, "Oh, sign up and be a recovery coach. You're gonna feel good about it." And Deb comes there, and there's these dudes from Detroit that came there too.
Okay.
And they started saying, "Hey, well, our recovery coaches dress nice." This is what he said. We paying our people. We pay our people good. He said it just like that. And I was like, what? Because we were told, oh, you do this for free just to give back. And this man saying that, I don't know what you people up here are doing with your money, but in Detroit, we're paying our people. And everybody just looked at this dude. And we just looked at him. We're like, "What's up with that?" And he's like, well, there might be some funding." And the dude's like, "Nah, man, there's funding all over. You just ain't paying your people." Oh man, we were all looking at that dude like, "Wait a minute."
Everybody got to get paid. Everybody.
Yeah, doctors getting. That's what he said. Doctors getting paid. Therapists getting paid. Treatment centers getting paid. You guys just run around doing this for free? He's like, shit. He was like, man, shit. And so that kind of like really opened my eyes to that too. And I used to think like, oh, I got to do this stuff for free. Brett, are you sure you want to eat that? Did you get a food ticket? Here, get you a ticket over here. I don't know what's going on. Somebody wants to see you have. I don't know who made that. You want? I mean, you can do it. We'll give you a hat. Yeah, I just want to make sure that you're good with it.
Oh, he's lived. He lived.
Marnie thinks it's safe. Honey, you're not eating a sandwich. He's sitting at the hotel later. A little fart machine. But there is a food ticket. We'll get you that too. But I just want to make sure you're doing good. Yeah. All right, we got to keep an eye on him, Tyrone. So if he starts turning green, then rush him to the hospital. But yeah, so that's when I realized, Tyrone, that I can get paid to do this. Of course, I don't get paid for the podcast. That's not what we want to do with that at all. I would turn down money if you came and said, "I want to sponsor your podcast." I would say no.
Right.
But you can sponsor the website. But this podcast is something that I do for myself, and it keeps me sober. And once I start taking money for it, it changes the game, man.
Right.
I can't talk about people handing out sandwiches, or I can't say this, or I can't say, man, shit. Like, changes the whole game, and I don't want to change anything about the podcast. Right. People are probably like, well, you should probably change a couple things about the podcast, but it's my podcast. It keeps me sober. That's what I do it, and hopefully it inspires people to do something that they really want to do and realize, man, if this Corey guy can do this, then you can do whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. People looking over here at the podcast, and
they're looking at Brett, make sure the sandwich was good. Everybody's kind of looking like, that dude ate it. That dude ate the sandwich.
Yeah, his hands in his pockets though.
I know, he's like shaking a little. No, he's not. Just kidding. But no, we got to get the wireless out here. What time it is 11:32. Marnie said she wanted to do some podcasting after lunch, so we should probably save a little bit for her.
So what time are you going to take lunch?
Well, I mean, we could do that now, but I just want to make sure that you're set up to go, because here's the wireless. But you got to have the wireless headphones, and you got to connect it to your phone, and I think that's when I started telling you that. You're like, oh, man.
Right. I got the phone right here.
Yeah?
So you want to do the wireless right now?
We could. I mean, I just don't know, because you were like, you had some reservations, I thought. I thought you were kind of worried, maybe.
Oh, no. Well, I'm just going
around. Oh, I thought that's what you said.
I was just going around to just get people involved over here,
Yeah, well, and there's going to be some questions that I want you to ask them.
Okay.
Specifically. All right, so my mom said the sound is great now, because she was watching earlier on Facebook, and the problem was I didn't have it hooked up through the board. It was just picking up through the camera speaker, which I thought I had changed, but I was having issues getting live Facebook going. Anyways, hey.
So Miss Winfield, she watching you live?
My mom? Yeah, you want to say hi to her?
Hey, Miss Winfield.
Well, well, that's my stepmom, is Mrs. Winfield.
Okay.
Miss Oshesky is my mother.
Okay. Hey, Miss Oshesky.
What was it?
Oshesky?
Yeah, it's close enough. It's close enough. It's close enough. But yeah, we could do. Well, I think hold on. Let's look at the lineup here. And if you're coming out, you got till 4 o'clock. We're going to be out here till 4, and everybody else is too. But let me give a little list of what's going on here. A little rundown. So it's 11:30. Oh, the keynote speaker's on right now. Tony Mandarich.
He's the MSU football player.
He did. Yeah. And then he went to the NFL. for a minute. But like, one of his book was out, and he was talking about how he. My wife actually read it, and she's kind of interested in this dude, and she said that he was talking about how he used to be the king of like passing drug tests, but then he got to the NFL, and he was like, "Oh, this shit ain't gonna work." But I guess she was saying that he was like using dog toys and just putting his pee in different things. But then when he got to the NFL, it was like, "Nope, this ain't gonna work." So he had to stop taking the steroids, and then you're just not as good all the time. But yeah, this Joe Jabber. How would you say that guy's name? Right there at 11:40. He's coming up at 11:40.
11:40. Joe Jabber. He gonna sing 2 songs. Sonny Cruz. Oh, okay. I was gonna say Sonny and Cher.
What was that?
Sonny.
I can't hear you.
He gonna sing 2 songs.
Can't hear you. Like closer.
Yeah, he gonna sing.
There you
His
go.
name is Joe Jabber. He gonna sing 2 songs. Sonny Cruz.
Do you know
I
how
thought
that
it was
goes?
Sonny and Cher, but it's Sonny Cruz.
Sonny Cruz.
That must be
Going
real.
on to Sonny Cruz. Come on down to the Cruz. I think it's Jabber.
Oh,
I think because I don't know Jabber. That's how it looks. But I think
Jagger?
it's Jabber. Jabber. Sonny Cruz. 2 songs. It says Joe Jabber, whatever. 2 songs. Sonny Cruz, 1 song. So Joe's singing 2, and then Sonny is another artist. Sonny Cruz is going to sing 1 song.
You think you gonna have Cher with him?
No. I think I don't know. Sonny Cruz is a man or a woman. But nowadays, who knows? It doesn't matter, does it?
It don't matter.
Doesn't
As long
matter.
as the song good.
No, and then Joe Bellino, he came by the booth earlier. He's a politician here, and he was telling me stories about how when he went to rehab and back in '83, and he was talking to his roommate about the crazy stuff they used to do when they were drinking, and he said that he would jump on the roof of his buddy's car.
Wow.
And they would fly down the interstate, and he would drive, like, holding on,
Man.
like, to the top.
Superman.
Man, I was like,
Man.
oh, that's crazy. So, yeah, he's in office now, so that's pretty cool. That doesn't give you hope. No, but he was a pretty cool dude. David Rook from True Recovery, 1230, Katie Donovan, Chris Nixon. See, okay, now look at 110. How would you say that name at 110?
110. Guylis Anderson?
Guinness?
Guylis?
Yeah.
Wow.
We're going to find out today.
What's some names there? boy?
Yeah, got some names for show. But so I think we're gonna have a break here. But yeah, if you want to do the well, no, let's do a break, and then we'll let Marnie come back.
Okay. Yeah,
And
give me
then-
something to eat so I have full stomach.
Yeah, you can't be talking to people.
Yeah, with an empty stomach.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wireless and empty stomach doesn't work. And you got free sandwiches too, so come by and see us. But yeah, we'll stop the Facebook video again, and we'll stop the speaker for now. But we'll come back.
All right.
Let's just say noonish.
I'll be here.
And you'll be here. Tyrone will go live with the wireless for sure. I was going to do that at 11, but then Joe came by and wanted to be on, so I had him on the podcast. And he was a pretty cool guy. So, yeah, thanks for even checking us out on Facebook Live. Thanks for listening on Spreaker, if that's how you are. And,
All right.
of course, 217 Recovery app is where you can go if you need a link to our Spreaker. And appreciate you, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, Mr. Winfield.